Captain, Ambassador Carrig has been murdered.
Yes, Envoy. This puts us in a serious situation.
How much trouble are we in?
Lots. We don't know who killed Carrig or why. We don't know if the killer got what he wanted or is still on the station, or whether or not this incident is linked with the Scythians.
I believe it is. It's got to be.
If so, we're going to need some explanations. We have to open communications with the Scythians. They may know something about the murder. They almost certainly know something about the drone attack.
Sir, Carrig was the only person on board who could communicate with the Scythians. Someone killed him to prevent that communication.
Very possibly. You'll have to watch your step, Envoy. Consider this. We may have a killer among us with a taste for diplomats. Don't lose sight of the main threat. Another, deadlier drone attack. The clock is ticking, Envoy. Now, regarding Carrig's murder.
But Captain, Mr. Odo may prefer to handle this case on his own.
Cisco to Odo.
Odo here.
Constable, Bannock has volunteered to aid in your investigation.
Captain, I don't need any amateur...
Mr. Odo, did I mention I have some security training? Level 4, anti-assassin procedures, incident investigation.
Anti-assassin training? Level 4.
Yes, sir.
Envoy,
Okay, so our complete badassness continues. Level 8 weapons training, engineering, level 4 anti-assassin. Why are we an envoy?
Somewhat,
The captain's a little surprised, Bannock, but pleased, I'm sure. Unusual pursuits for a Tyrian.
Perhaps you could be of use, Bannock.
Whatever you say, Captain. He can begin by analyzing Carrick's log entries. Someone went to great trouble to obliterate them. They almost succeeded. Lieutenant Dax is trying to salvage them now.
Yes, Constable. Cisco out. You heard what Odo said. Good. If you're going to assist in security matters, you might need this. It's a standard issue Starfleet phaser, Bannock. You know how to use one, I take it?
Yes.
Good.
Obviously, or I wouldn't have level 8 weapons training. And as for your sprite, Cisco with his left arm currently about a foot longer than his right.
Second, there is the matter of the Scythians.
What is the problem with the Scythians?
Communicating with them is the problem, Envoy. They challenge our notions of language and our patience.
They challenged your patience, Captain?
You'll have to meet them, Envoy, and see for yourself.
I'll do what I can, Captain.
Good. I'm appointing you acting ambassador in Carrick's place. You have full authority to negotiate with the Scythians. We're counting on you, Envoy. I mean, Ambassador. I'd like you to take a look at Ambassador Carrick's last report. Lieutenant Dax will make it available to you.
I'll route it to a monitor for you.
Finally, of course, there is the matter of the drones.
Lieutenant Dax has kept me informed. We know they were collecting data on the station defenses.
And now we think we know what they used that data for. The drones are beginning to come through the wormhole again, Bannock. A whole new design. Lieutenant Dax can give you the details. That's all.
Envoy. Ambassador. Bannock, I'm sorry about what happened to Carrig.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I appreciate your concern.
Well, over the years I've seen death. Husbands, wives, mentors, friends. It's never easy to accept.
Especially when cold-blooded murder's involved. I've seen loved ones die also. My parents. Murdered in a coup on Menensis 3.
The Caresis Treaty delegation.
That's right.
Your people eventually brought peace to that sector.
A measure of peace, yes.
A measure of peace is the best we can hope for, Bannock.
Unfortunately, that seems to be true.
We can talk more about that later. You need something?
Yes, Captain Cisco mentioned something about the drones.
Yes, they're beginning to reappear. A new type of vessel, but the same pattern. One appears through the wormhole every 3 minutes or so.
They are robotic like before?
Yes, no life forms aboard any of them so far.
The same pattern, you say? So,
They'll continue to build up their strike force, unit by unit, until a trigger vessel arrives. Then they'll attack all at once. If they're following the same programming sequence as the last ones did, which seems to be the case so far.
how many drones are circling the station now?
5.
These drones are configured differently?
Yes, more powerful, more phaser resistant, I think. The data is sketchy so far.
Sketchy? Why?
The plasma storm is up 20%. Sensor range is almost nil. Plus, they're keeping well out of range. Dax to Carlton. Dax to Ensign Carlton. Carlton, respond. That's odd. Dax to...
Carlton here, Lieutenant.
Ensign. Have you finished modifying the sensor phase variants?
Yeah, with wideband modulation. No luck at double scan.
Don't waste time with that. Go to factor 10 and...
But the scan rate,
We can compensate with a focus sweep matrix.
key to a metalline structure.
Right. Use latinum. It's distinctive, and certainly rare enough around here. Except at Quarks.
I'll try it, Lieutenant. Carlton out.
Well, that answers that.
What did all that mean?
What Carlton said was, we don't have a visual of the drones yet, and we won't for a while. They're being considerably sneakier, Bannock. It worries me.
When will they attack, do you think?
The big question. I can't say for sure, of course, but with a few educated guesses based on the latest data, matrixed with a calculated hunch, I'd say you have about an hour to coax some helpful facts out of our Scythian friends.
And if I do?
You might find a way to stop this useless war, Bannock.
And if I don't?
We'll need every able person to help defend the station in about an hour.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Transmission from Ambassador Carrick, Tyrian Diplomatic Corps, United Federation of Planets, to Captain Benjamin Sisko, Starbase, Deep Space 9, Stardate 48975.1, copy sent, Starfleet Command. Report on first contact, new race. Present designation, Scythians.
Continue.
Humanoid, highly developed technology, self-sustaining space stations orbiting the 4th planet in the Scythian system.
Continue.
At first, the species appeared somewhat xenophobic. However, further contact proved this to be a misconception.
Continue.
As you can see, the metallic structure of the space station has a high concentration of latinum and other valuable metallic properties. This, combined with the strategic location, would make an alliance with the Scythians extremely desirable.
Continue.
Despite serious linguistic difficulties, which I will elaborate on later, I was able to communicate the existence of the wormhole, the location of DS9, as well as an invitation to open informal talks with the Federation to this Scythian.
Continue.
Who I have concluded is, if not the Scythian leader, then the one among them who stands above others. Though this may seem a fine point of difference to you, Captain, it is in fact a crucial distinction. In addition, I have in my possession certain items which the Federation will find of great interest and potential value. I cannot elaborate on these on an open channel. However, measures will have to be taken to assure their safety.
Continue.
My business in the Gamma Quadrant will not be concluded for a week. Should the Scythians arrive before me, please extend them all courtesy, as I know you will. However, due to the linguistic difficulties previously mentioned, please also avoid all attempts at communication unless absolutely necessary.
Continue.
Carry out. End transmission.
More questions, Bannock?
The information Carrick had, that someone tried to erase.
Tried to destroy, actually. Computer, have you finished analyzing data sample A?
Affirmative.
What are the chances for data recovery?
Complete recovery probability is 0.
Chances for partial recovery? Audio data only? Using a Trojan extrapolation matrix?
Probability unknown.
Ha!
And we will find out what all this means next time. Thanks for watching, guys.